Hey, yo, what's up? I got something a little planned for us today. Working on a hand plant today. Alright, let's see what we got. Not really good at these, but first, I'm gonna get a coffee. I'll show you the spot I got planned for us today. See you in a little bit. Made it to the spot over here in FYI. This sun's all up in my eyes. Holy shit, it's bright. Anyways, I don't know if you can see it. That's the spot though, right there. We're gonna be practicing some hand plants today. So this is new trick to me. I think I've done it like once, kind of like halfway, but shout out to Ratty Zone if you know him. Cool dude. He kind of taught me how to do this. I watched his YouTube vlog, and I'm pretty much gonna take the pointers he gave me today, and I'm gonna apply them and kind of add my little twist to it and make it easier. All right, guys. Hope you're having a good day. It's Saturday here in LA. All right, let's get to it. Okay, here's the spot. I'm pretty much gonna start doing it like parkour style first, so that I get used to like how my body throws over and stuff, and then I'll incorporate the board after it. You can kind of see how it is, because a hand plant pretty much. People always say do like a handstand first, so maybe I'll just try to do a handstand right now. See how that looks. A lot harder than it looks. Alright, I'm just gonna go light because the momentum, I'm not really good at handstands, but for this it's more momentum than just standing up straight, but that kind of just helps me getting used to being straight up. The main trick for a hand plant is basically you want to have your hand, it's gonna be going down when you're going straight this way. You want to put this hand back like this and pretty much like that. You gotta throw all your weight in front of it like that. Eventually, as the hills get more and more steep, the more I think your body's gonna go straight up. But for now, we're just trying to just pop our body up and wrap it around and throw it around. So, shouldn't be too hard. I've been doing a little bit of push-ups. I think a little bit of push-ups help too. So, with the rain, the past 2 days it's been raining, so I was doing some light push-ups and been a little bit sore, but been prepping for this. So okay, I look a little bit lame doing it. I'm trying to just see how it gets used to how I get used to doing it just without the skateboard, because that's pretty much the momentum. You got to get ready for it, and then once you're going, you got to back your hand and then like that. Oh my god. I didn't realize how hard this trick was going to be until I got here. But oh my god, this trick is hard. It's okay, everyone sucks when they first start, so I'm going to suck a whole lot right now until eventually, hopefully it looks good. We'll see. But anyways, that's why we're here, right? We're here to get better. But you got to suck first before you get better, so. I'm going to try a couple more times with the, without the skateboard, and then once I feel like I got it, like a pretty good idea of where I'm gonna be placing my hand, then I'll try with the board. I'm really aiming my hand up on the platform because what Ratty told me on that, like I said, shout out to Ratty Zone. He said you wanted to work your way all the way up. So even if you start down here, I'm gonna push it up, you know? That's not bad. Kind of like that. That's the momentum. You go to it, hand goes down, and then you bring it back around. Hand down and around. All right, that's how it is. And down, and then around. Let's try it with the board. Let's try it without the board. Wow. I didn't realize how much weight you really got to put a lot on the wrist. This is a lot of wrist game here. Okay. Let's try it with the skateboard. Okay, not bad. I'm really aggressively grabbing it. But another tip that the guy told me, shout out to Ratty again for the third time, you got to get used to pretty much just all-ing on flat. Like bringing your board up like that. So that helps a lot too. But you want to do it more momentum, you know? More off the back of the tail. And then up. But whatever works, but we're going for stylish and trying to make it look stylish, but at first it's gonna look a little bit weird like that, and then eventually like that. Kind of want to get that ollie rotation. Oh, it's starting to be so warm already. This is nice. Now that we did that, let's practice another. We'll just do it freehand. We'll call it parkour meets skateboarding. So let's do this. We're gonna go up it, and then once we're going up it, we're gonna catch the momentum. We're gonna put our hand. It's gonna go in front of us, and then we wrap around like that. Awesome. Here we go. Yeah. Hey. Almost lost my beanie there. Not bad. See, that's a bit old school too. If you ever see like the Nautis videos and stuff like that, that's kind of how he does them. He does it with the push off. So even like, maybe you won't be able to get the grab first, but let's see if we can just like push ourselves off with and like incorporate what we were practicing last time, the power slides, remember? But let's try to get low and push our body. Oh yeah, like that. See? A couple of power slides. But putting the hand down, that way you get used to just having your body down on two legs and one arm. See, I told you I was gonna try to like montage this and try to put it together to where it made it a lot easier to get used to getting used to hand plants. And hand plants are pretty much is gonna be one hand down. It's always gonna have one down hand on the ground. So I'm not sure what you call this. Maybe this is like a hand plant slide. You guys let me know. Oh yeah, that was clean. Real clean, real clean. My bad, I'm out of the video shot. Okay, now let's do the same thing. Go for the backside power slide momentum, but as soon as we come back to the power slide, let's lean down and then put one hand down on the ground. Not bad. Now let's do it again. Same thing, just do the power slide. Do the power slide, put the one hand down, and let's try to push our, when we're on the board like this, let's try to push our body that way. So if you gotta use your legs to move the board back a little bit, use it. But the main idea is trying to get our hand and with the momentum and moving it back. The more, but yeah, with the momentum, we're pretty much gonna move it with all three. So let's do it again. I'm gonna go a little bit faster, that way you can see how I move back and I use all the momentum. It's a lot harder when you're doing it on flat, because when you have something like this coming up, the momentum coming up gives you that extra leverage to push it back for some reason. But just getting used to it and stopping and having the board like that and pushing the board like this pretty much does the job. Let's do it another one. It's a workout. I just did 3. Let's see how it looks on that. Let's try to push it. See how I let when I'm going for the kick turn, I let the board go up on the wall behind me. And kind of like at the same time as the board is going on the wall, that's when I drop my front foot on the ground to use as leverage to bring it back around. Not bad. I'm liking this. Like I said, we're learning together. It's cool. See, not too shabby. I think that looks pretty cool. That's like some old school stuff. I think that's pretty much where it all started from. And yeah. So next trick. Not bad. Let's see if we can get my hand a little bit higher. So I'm doing it from flat. We're going to work our way up. Let's see if I can get my hand right here. And I'm still doing the slide. Still doing the slide. But I'm doing it without doing, the pop. So this is all slide, no pop, which is the other one. The other pop's like that. That's pretty much how we're building our way up to the hand plant. And remember, shout out to Ratty Zone, taught me this. Always got to send a shout out to the people who show you the pointers. And I'm just going as I go and showing you how I learn and how I pretty much build up other things and other people and what they teach me. So let's see if we can get our hand a little bit higher. Gonna keep trying it there and seeing how many I can do until eventually I get to the top. Let's see. Or at least a little bit higher. Oh, I got my hand on there that time. Saw that? Starting from the bottom just gets you used to like pushing it up, because that's the momentum we want to go for. We want to go for pushing it up. With keeping the board everywhere. Pushing it up. Let's try Also, this one's not very flat like you would practice when you have a good little quarter pipe. This one's a lot steeper. This is a street challenge, so this is actually a lot harder. So I'm basically starting at like 10 when I should be starting at 20. I'm starting at 100 when I should be starting at 25. But hey, we're here for the challenge. You know, I'm a bit older, so let's try for the harder one. Kind of on the hang of it. Let me show you how it looks like on flat now that I'm getting the rotation right. Try to do it with the same hand motion. I'm gonna try to push it up and then try to bring it back. But since I have momentum, it should be a lot easier. That's not bad. Let's pay homage to the old school skaters. If you want to call them old school, new school, whatever. I like to pay homage to Nautis for those. It ain't the Nautis spin, but okay, that's not bad. Remember, we're here to grow and we're here to, you know, just trying to see what tricks. Usually when you come to a spot, you know, you have it in your head, oh, I want to get this trick, I want to work on this trick. But sometimes, you know, you got to just start, like I said, start slow and then work your way up towards the trick. You know, do the tricks that are going to get you ready to, you know, go to the next level from the base trick. So we came here, what we wanted was a hand plant. You know, that's what we were hoping for. We're hoping for a hand plant. But hey, you know, we'll do what we can get. You know, as long as we get a little bit better, I think at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Whatever it is you're trying to get better at. We originally came for the hand plant. We know that this trick gets us to the hand plant, to the wraparound. This motion, you get it right. No one ever gets it right the first time. And what else? Yeah, just keep going and, you know, try to have fun in the beginning. And, you know, like I said, take whatever you can. You know, if you got a little bit better, that's all that matters. Ah, there we go, a little better. Separate our hand this time, and then let's try to pop it a little bit like we were doing over here. Let's try to pop it and see if I can at least pop it onto that and then come down. I'm really aggressively grabbing it because I'm always trying to go for like the highest I can in my head, but you know, I gotta not rush myself so much. I'll take my time and just work my way up. Not bad, not bad. You know, little by little, we're getting there, but I really just want to get that momentum to really, and then wrapped around. Remember, off the tail, and then over. Good. Oh my god, I'm gonna call it on that. This is me vlogging out.